Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. Probably not going to be talking as much also because recovering from a cold. But I'll be talking at the important parts. Maybe I'll play music. We'll put a poll in the chat whether or not people want soft music in the background, lo-fi music or something. What's mad annoying is that, NQ takes its sweet old time to get to my targets during New York session, right? Thank goodness for partials here. Hindsight, it was over 2R in reviewing my trade, my long here. I should have taken a little bit more off the table actually, but all went well, profitable. It's funny how during New York session it takes its sweet old time, and then during London session we're just getting like boom, like what I want during New York. It's frustrating. Yes, all-time highs. How's everyone doing today? See everyone's bias. I'll first answer that poll. There's a streamer yesterday that was spreading lies about me, saying I had 2 back-to-back losing days. That's literally not true. I had a win yesterday. So, but they're just trying to advertise themselves on my own channel because I have like double their views or more than double. I don't really get into beef with people. It's just not worth it. My mental health. I'd rather have or my even like any kind of real estate in my brain. So I don't care. That's how you know you meet it, LOL. And people are asking me, name names. You guys know who it is. He said I'm unprofitable. Slow and steady wins the race. I'm not longing 15 mini contracts. It's just not feasible or replicable. So yeah. So, and people are asking me if we're still friends. Me and PW are still friends. Well, the last thing he texted me was like a month ago or something, and he said, let me show you guys. Let me see on OBS. What does that say? Oh my god, it's too blue. Is it now? Fuck. Oh, that's so funny. Let me see here. But now, oh my god, that's so annoying. I actually have no idea how to do it. Let me do this. Wait, like, I actually do want to. God. Anyway, it says fuck you. That's what the last thing he told me. Maybe I'll just send a screenshot to myself and pull it up. Okay, let's put that stuff back on there. Because he's a baby. He can't take the heat. Don't serve what you can't eat. Mm-mm. I mean, think about it. He's going off about that bet all the time because there's nothing else really he can talk about. And, you know, they wanted to do a whole, whatever it's called. What's the thing called? When you sign over your money and put it in a thing, like a lawyer holds it for the bet. What's that thing called, people? Escrow. Yeah. Want to do it for escrow. You know, Michael's like, yeah, send me the contract. Have your lawyer send me the contract. And he just sends him like some picture of a man with like hairy balls to troll him or something. It just shows like you're not. So exactly, the bet's not even a thing. So like, why do you keep talking about it if you're not willing to put your money where your mouth is? Essentially, both sides, but whatever. I never really talk about it because I don't concern myself with it. I never really, from the beginning, I knew that bet was not real because it's just marketing and stupidity. Right? So why would I care? Right? Because we talked about this. He kept telling me that he's going to teach me how to trade on Twitter. And I was like, haha, whatever. I can joke around like that, but he did it like 3 times, and it's like when I would have like one red day. And he can't take it back. Then he had a red day. I made the same exact joke. Bam, blocked in 30 seconds. Right? So I'll show you. This is the last thing he said to me. Where is this? I was actually sincere, but I do see this comes off bad. This is the last thing. And then I said, you said the same exact thing to me. No response. This is the last time I spoke to him. But yeah, he's still talking about me. And I'm commenting on my stuff, trying to be like, oh, I got that long too, or something. But yeah, telling people I had 2 back-to-back losing days was just false. Like, it's okay to talk shit. It's true. But it's just wrong, so. New York, we say talk shit, get hit. But that's not my vendetta. I'm not really gonna go further. Not really any point. I don't gain anything. He's my brother? No, he's not. Yeah. Alex 30 saying you're already putting too much thought and effort. It's so funny because then people are like, we don't care. This is my channel, so that dude's the weirdest. Yeah. Anyway. That was just me saying I'm not gonna be, because I'm getting a lot of comments saying, are you still friends with him? Whatever. No, I'm not. Haven't heard from him. Don't really care to. Except I've only heard from him in talking shit, so. Let me see here. What the hell am I supposed to do here? We're just like mooned up overnight. ES at all-time highs, NQ not. We had daily SMT there. Yeah, let me get into charting because that's what people are really here for. We didn't hit this daily fair value gap on ES, just so funny to me. Just made it equal low. Little SMT there, here. Yesterday on the daily. ES already at all-time highs. So I really think that I'm going to wait for this session because we had huge London expansion. Definitely just going to wait because it's just like stupid ass trend line liquidity. I'm going to wait and see what the market's going to give me because it's probably going to generate liquidity. What I want to say is I'm trying to be better and drink out of the Stanley instead of the plastic water bottles. And people are like, you probably have vodka in there. I don't even drink. I barely drink, just socially. Doesn't really do anything for you. Ruins your sleep. Looking for longs, right, says somebody. Well, not at the moment. Right now, didn't take out any sell side. But I definitely do think, NQ has catching up to do, even on the daily and on the hourly. I don't think if we were bearish, we would retrace this much. It disrespected all of this. That would be speed bumps otherwise. We couldn't stay below yesterday. And we retraced very much deeply here. So, yeah. Not enough people are saying yes for lo-fi in the background for me to do it. 55% isn't like enough. Not an overwhelming majority. So like the 45% are gonna get annoyed, So let's do bias. Well, it's already too late. I already said what my bias is. Slow and steady wins the race. I honestly thought that October would have better price action. than what we've had. But hey, October's not over. And I'm still excited. Not excited, I shouldn't be excited because that's potential overconfidence. Nice little move down during the open. Yeah, taking out trendline liquidity. Yeah, we're creating a 4-hour FEG on the bullish side. We'll see where this ends and what ends up happening. Like I said, there's not really much for me to go off of to just short that. Kind of looking for, some sell side getting taken, which we did. Then we're looking for shifts. If it really retraces a lot, then it's going to be hard conditions. If it has a really large down move, because then you're just going to have so many stacked SIBIs. Nvidia's up 2%, Tesla down 1%. Everything else kind of flat. Yeah, we're selling off quite hard there. Let's see. First 5 minutes of the day, 6 minutes of the day, 144 points down. On ES. $23. Yeah. I don't have any kind of FOMO. We're going to see what this ends up looking like. 4 hour now is kind of ugly, but we'll mark out this 4 hour breaker. Then I like to see 15-minute market structure shifts. At least 5 minutes. And that's going to take a while to develop, right? Welcome to the Big Old Club. 2 people, right? Anthony Mello and Jaro Jugis, or Yaro Jurgis, and Thero Varatha John. Going down a lot more to that gap below, says Joey. Yeah, we had a large gap up. Doesn't have to, but we'll see if it does. If it does, let me mark this out. The close, yesterday's close, is here. Where does that look like in terms of the 4 hour? So low of that breaker. Which Should be okay, but like kind of like last line in the sand. I wouldn't be like shorting personally. I'm not gonna like look for a short and then like aim for that. Welcome, Zechariah. So, ES took all-time highs. Pretty big drop there from it. It's all trendline liquidity. Well, like we're already in internal, is what I'm saying. We're already in internal. Let me map out like this swing high and swing low. I honestly feel like ES has been just easier to trade. It's because it's been stronger, right? What happened yesterday? Remember, I just like started mooning, and I was like, wow. Kind of like had to then just take the inversion long. There wasn't really much else. Unless you went long in here or something, stop there. Because it's kind of where I took long for NQ. This is what I mean when I say like external to internal is oftentimes a lot faster than internal to back up to external. It's like this one, for example, no retracements really. Just like straight drop inverting and going internal. I didn't really expect that much of a drop, honestly, so let's keep watching. Traced to 50% so far. Could retrace more. Doesn't have to. End of this 18 minutes, we'll have 4-hour FHE there. But yeah, it already came up into all these 1 hours. 1 hour point of interest. 4-hour, not so much. So for ES, maybe I'll find 5-minute shift. I don't know. I definitely won't ignore it as much as I did in the past. I didn't ignore it, but I just didn't have it on my screen. Kind of was too passive. Let me mark out ES's gap fill. Slow and steady. I honestly, I'm not excited for anything. Don't be excited. But, looking to have a good October. Let me see here. Gap fill. You guys do realize that, like, I have a lot of viewers, and that makes people jealous, and that's okay. And even prop firm. I mean, come on, I'm literally Top Step's competition as well. I realize now, actually, I didn't go to the top here, but we did retrace the 50% even from that. Okay. I don't pay much attention to that. I just do my own thing, but it's just reality. Mm-mm. Yeah, I'll make an alert if we hit this on NQ, because that would actually be kind of cool. Because it would be taking out sell side into a 4-hour breaker. 4-hour FEGM breaker. Keep an eye on it. There's still plenty of time, because honestly, 4-hour level of interest, you kind of want like 15-minute structure to form and then 1 minute within the 15 minutes. So like I said, I kind of want today to open up first before I look for something. And typically I don't really. I often take my first trade around 9:50ish, 10-ish, 10:20ish. Although like I've been working on some things playing the open sometimes, but not today for sure. Huge London session. Mark at 9:50 macro. Well, like I said, a lot of time, so probably 10:50 macro will be the best. Yeah, let's see what ends up happening. I'm gonna put an alert there. We can tape read. Where's that first FEG of the day? It's like actually here. It'd be kind of funny if we were trace here, reject, and then go there. That's what I'm kind of thinking about. Possibility. Yeah, this isn't a premium. And optimal trade entry area, bearish breaker on the 5 area. It's a tricky kind of thing where you have opposing PE arrays. You have like a bearish breaker, and then you have on the 5, and you have this bullish one on the 4-hour, which is supposed to be much stronger. We haven't tapped it yet, so actually it would be fine. It would be kind of ideal. Ideal this, then this, and then we have some shift, and I just go. I'd rather be part of this move here than this move. My god, that looks horrible. Too funny. Yeah, I know. Tanya reported. I didn't even mean to do that. That was crazy. The shit that happens on stream is so funny. I was watching some really funny, some good show called American Vandal. It's just a stupid show. That's what I kind of needed, because to just unwind a bit. And it's literally about, it's a mockumentary about these kids that are like trying to figure out who vandalized 27 cars and who drew, like someone painted dicks on 27 cars. And that's what the whole series is about, like them going into detail about this. That's what the whole season is about. Really stupid, but I need some like easy brain rotting TV show to relax a bit, because all the time I'm like, yeah, how about I relax instead of instead of like, read. I do read a lot, but exactly. It's good while just like, eating dinner or something. Because you guys know I don't really watch TV, so I'm like trying to, I guess, to see what people like about this TV. I watch soccer. Who freaking watched Croatia versus Poland in the Nations League? That was an intense game where they literally played it as if it's the World Cup final. And of course I get a heart attack being all the time. Every single Croatia game, they can never give us like a breather. We always have to have a heart attack every game. So sad. Yeah, that was a sick goal. But like, this is what happens. Okay, if you want to make a lot of money in sports betting, this is actually not financial advice. I'm just joking around, but I've thought about this several times, especially during World Cups. Like, we're always tying and going to penalties. Like, why didn't I don't even sports bet. I don't even know where I would do that. Which app has soccer? But just fucking bet this every time. The opposing team scores first. Croatia's come back. Croatia scores, and then Croatia gets in the lead, and then the other team ties in the last minute. And then you go to either overtime or penalties, or, it's a tie game. Like, why? This happened during Poland. Poland up 1-0. Croatia then gives 3 goals in 6 minutes. Now we're up 3-1. We can't close out the half. They give us back. They give back a goal, 3-2, in the 45th minute. Poland. And then, the second half, nothing happens. They had a really good goalie. If you're Polish, like, respect your goalie. Defended like 5 shots that were going in, 5 on target, and they were really good ones. And then nothing goes our way, and then Poland ties, and then our goalie gets a red card, which is wild. And exactly, so I have to get a heart attack every time. So really trading the Nasdaq's like nothing in comparison. Bilkos is Polish, cool. I have a lot of Polish friends, actually. There's a lot of Polish people in New York. Ridgewood is where they're at. I like the bakery in Ridgewood. Kind of funny. It's like authentic Polish bakery. And I started speaking in English because I don't know Polish. I could maybe understand little things because some words are very similar, and sometimes people type in the chat can probably read it a little bit and make some sense. But anyway, I started ordering in English. The woman kind of like looked at me like she thought I was Polish and thought I would be speaking Polish, and she spoke like broken English. So it was a lot of me just like pointing at things. But very good bakery. Yeah, people typically think I'm Polish. Yeah, blonde hair. Or Russian. I'm not Russian either. I'm Croatian. You guys, I think I'm gonna go to Florida this weekend. I'm gonna go to Fort Lauderdale. I realized I'm not gonna go to Miami because I'm going for a concert. Okay, I'm not going to do anything. Well, I'm going actually. Maybe I'll collab with maybe I'll meet up with Kyle. He lives in Fort Lauderdale. Kyle, met him a couple times. What's his name? Jade Cap. And yeah, we're gonna see here. We've been slowly retracing. This is the first FEG of the day, pretty much. No, I'm not really on the 1 minute at least. It does align with this like speed bump here of breaker blocks. So It's going to be interesting to see the reaction from here if it gets there. It's been definitely a slow move back up there. Nothing really for me to see here. It would be nice to make a better swing low or something, because now the swing low is really here. If it were to go more bearish, an inversion here. Anyway, I think Fort Lauderdale is closer to the Hard Rock Stadium in Miami than Miami is. And also, I don't want to go to Miami by myself kind of thing. I feel like that's not really my vibe anyway. It feels like that's going to be too much for me. I don't think I'd move to Miami. It's just not my vibe. I've heard many things about that place. Actually, never been there. Only been to Orlando, Ocala, and Fort Lauderdale. We'll mark out it on ES as well. Right, so now we have this 4-hour, well, it's about to become a 4-hour FEG. You can totally come back again into here. I mean, we'll know from the reaction here, if it kind of just keeps going and just like melts past this, it's going to be kind of annoying. Because then I'm going to be like, ugh, I don't know what to do. I'll have to think of something else then. But then if it melts past it, then probably will some kind of, on the 15, it still wouldn't invert the Civi or anything. And it's just probably going to be high resistance then. So those are the possible scenarios I'm playing out in my head. Is, you know, June, kind of come here again, make another swing low, come up into here, then lower. Yeah. If we break this with a displacement though, it might be indicative to it's gonna just go straight down. Oh, yeah. We'll see here. Muy interesante. I said that with such an American accent. It's kind of funny. Kind of did that on purpose, though. Yeah, straight up inversion broke this. Quite the displacement there. Not really giving me kind of entry. Kind of tough. It didn't reach that point of interest, but it did come back into 50%. On the 5. Yeah. Let's mark this out. Let's break her on the 30-second. / 1 minute. There's a large FEG left. I'm just gonna wait. See if it gives us a better retracement. Oh my god. ES here. ES did come back to 50%, and this breaker might be better. Leaving without me. I did this. It's like a 2.5R. Let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna try that on MES. How many can I afford to do? A lot, actually. So that's cool. I'm in. We'll see, said the blind man. But I think it's a decent idea. Definitely don't think this high should get taken out. 909. So I'm in that. Because it looks like, yeah, and he's not going to give me that. And even to the new low of day. It's 2R, actually. Oh shit, it's working out quite quickly. It's looking good. So I'm going to definitely take off most if it hits that. I'm getting ready to take off like 10 contracts there at new low day. I do want to just be good about it, you know? Okay, I took off some because I think NQ hit new low day, yeah. Okay, I took off 5. Definitely the rest is break even. Okay, I take off 5 more. Hold the rest at break even. That was pretty good. W. Very nice quick trade, actually. Phew. Let's see if it goes for the gap fill now. Are we coming down to the 4-hour breaker here in Q? Yeah. So I'm actually going to take off maybe a couple more. We'll see what it does this 1 minute we're wicking it. And I did take 2R, so I do want to take off like, you know, more actually, like 80%. Yeah, so I only have 3 left. Locked in most of my, because I took 12 off from 15. Okay. The rest will, if we come up down to here, which actually is probably unlikely. I'll definitely monitoring this. And I'll just take off the rest if we kind of like retrace too much. Yeah, stop is now here, the top of this candle. Shit. Did it, like, not show that well on, I'm sure it did. I'm sure it was fine, because I only opened up NQ when it hit new low day. Okay, so if we kind of come up way too much, then I'll stop myself out also, but, like, here, that's the rest. The high here, 903.75. Oh, really nice, actually. So that's why I said ES is sometimes better. It's just, it's going to give you the entry. And also, I mean, either one is fine. They both worked pretty short at the same time. But what I meant to say is, you know, you can take more contracts in ES because it's just lesser tick value. Pretty good. So let's see here. We're going to get to here, the gap fill, which is 886, and then I'll have a 4R on the rest of the runners. It is doing well. It's not retracing too much here, so that's cool. Yeah, we'll see if NQ gets the gap fill as well. Not bad. How long did this trade? This trade really took like in like 2 minutes. That's nice. Thank God I opened up ES and I said I want to watch ES more today. It's fine. NQ has also worked out, it's just it didn't retrace a lot. So you would have to have quite a wide stop there. We're just gonna keep trailing. This makes a displacement, then the new trail will be there. If it has a nice displacement. If it doesn't, you know, I keep. God bless. I knew that today was going to be easier. Well, I was hoping that today would be easier price action from having news. For 8:30 high impact news, just creating more movement. I'm happy I waited. Also waited for this. Nice little break of a short-term low for displacement. Break of a short-term low here actually on ES. Yeah. Slowly just 2022 model. 2022 models to go. Didn't break it with a displacement, so you know, stop's still gonna be here. We have like a breaker here actually. This is now low, high, lower low. Probably on the 5 or something, yeah. 5-minute FEG as well. Yeah, looks fine. To hold for more. Little wick here and 5-minute FEG. I mean, we'll see. Just a minute and a half left. It hasn't really fully formed yet. And Q, 4-hour breaker. You know, it's where I am definitely cognizant of the possibility of NQ. I said that's where I kind of want to look for longs, but I need the 15 to cooperate. And so far, 15 is still bearish here on NQ. Looks like this will close below, previous 15-minute candles. Maybe the next 15-minute candle will provide something more difficult. I don't know, but it doesn't matter because that's not what's happening right now. Yeah, I think that's a decent stop because you also have this here. So the stop is definitely trailed to this high until we kind of break a low of displacement. Then I'll trail it to that. What is that high? 903.75. You know me, I'm blind. Yeah, it's just a matter of waiting. This could potentially be a sensitive area. So I'm definitely marking this out as an area to watch if we start kind of bouncing there before this gets hit. Hit that like button. Helps keep the channel and helps keep the live stream free for everybody. Same thing, NQ, very weak here, yeah. NQ, I would also be trailing here. So far, very weak. Just consolidating, which is fine. Also took most of my position off, like more than 80%. Because it's over 2R, so that's where I kind of made an error yesterday. I definitely do think like I should be taking off most at 2R. Plus that was a new low of day. No reason to be alarmed. We didn't break any highs with displacements. Simply just consolidating. NQ on the right, ES on the left. If you're ever wondering what I'm looking at, what time frame, it's here on the top right. The date, the ticker, and the time frame. So 1 minute NQ, 1 minute ES. Yeah, so if I did short NQ from here, stop here, 32-point stop to make, let me just see. So new low of day would have been 1.5 R. It's still decent. The 4 hour would have been 1.9 R. Still decent, but ES actually gave better in that sense. Where that's a 2.25 R. It's a new low day. Where I entered. Mental game reminder. It's the middle of the New York session right now, right? So, we're tracing, we broke the CE of that fair value gap, or NQ. Doesn't really mean too much though. On the 30-second, we'll see what this ends up looking like. Did break this with a displacement, like it could potentially get bought up here. And then I'll get stopped out my runners on ES. We'll see. But nothing right now. It's still very weak. Kind of want the gap fill. Oh, it should be 86, Tanya, not that. I said I wouldn't aim for that though. Right? I said I wouldn't. I literally said like, oh, I wouldn't short and aim for that. Let's see here. The 5 minute. Thank you. What am I thinking about? Maybe I'll aim for this instead. I don't know. Kind of just see. Let me think here. What was I looking at? Oh, RTH. Honestly, 30 seconds is not really that great of a indicator for NQ for that. It's a 4 hour breaker, Said I want 15 minute. This 15 minute did wick it. I'm just, what I'm doing right now is trying to decide whether to just take off the rest of my position. Kind of just gonna give it maybe 5 more minutes or so. So right now we're in a 5 minute FEG. Kind of want to see how it does here. Yeah, I think fine. It's fine. This is my stop. Well, my stop's a little bit above it, right? Or a tiny bit. And so if it's going to continue bearishness, could dig up into here for an ES. and then reject. But yeah, we'll see. Still locked in most of my profit. Here, yeah, NQ is definitely slowly grinding up to where I said, where I would put my little trailer if I were an NQ. Especially there's like another 5-minute FEG stacked on top of that one for NQ. Kind of interesting on the 5. Looks a little bit different than ES. Anyway, continue to monitor this. Yes, we didn't really break above anything with a displacement. We have a tiny little volume imbalance here. I think if we kind of wick that, head higher, I'll probably get out. I'll see. Because as of right now, it's still looking good. Rejected the midpoint. While NQ's, making its way back higher. Uh-oh. Yeah, NQ. I would have gotten stopped out if I were NQ. So let's see how this little candle closes here. ES. 20 seconds. I might just take off the rest before letting it stop me out break even, which is probably likely. Yeah, 5 seconds left. Yeah, I'm going to close that. Okay, took off the rest there for plus 3 points, which is fine. Just wasn't continuing. So now we just kind of wait. Honestly, I'm pretty happy with taking most of it off there. Then we didn't really have much action. Just consolidating / slow grind higher. I'm not really interested in more shorts at the moment. Like I said, NQ's at a point of interest there with the 4-hour breaker. So some people might be actually taking inversion longs at the end of this candle. Who knows? That's not what I'm going to do, though. It's not my type of model that I'm looking for. I'd rather wait for I don't know, 5 like market structure breaks. I don't know. I'll think about it. Think about what I'm looking for. Maybe I'll just wait for 1050. Anyway, pretty good. Just make sure we're all Gucci. All my accounts, yeah, we're all Gucci. Flatten everything, cancel all orders. Cool. So far, yeah, you have this inversion. You can look on the 2, on the 1. Broke this with a displacement. See the other one. If it's any good, it should kind of rocket through the next one too. Ideally, yeah. And ideally this 15-minute candle closes above the previous one. Looking at NQ now. ES doing? Yeah, so good call to, I would have gotten stopped out of the rest anyway. That was really, gave me time to think here. It doesn't need to get down here. Anyway, now we have some sort of breaker block situation going on. Let me go back to full screen because I'm not in a trade right now. Okay. Gonna wait. It's not really something I want to go and buy here right now. I'd rather wait for more confirmation, honestly. Could potentially reject from here, rejected from CE here. You know, see what NQ does. Reject from here could then come back into this area, and we'll see what ends up happening here. If it bounces here or not. Like a 1 minute change in state of delivery there, right? Thank goodness for alerts because, you know, knowing that NQ hit this. Help me take a profit. So everybody complaining at the beginning of the stream of me taking 5 minutes. You happy now? You charted, okay? I gave you a win. I didn't give you anything. It's not financial advice. People are so soft nowadays. It's so annoying. Everyone's so soft. Yeah, I'm wondering if we do this and then this. Same kind of thing, ES, let's see. It didn't, the little FEG tiny one is here. Also have this, you don't really want it to, I would not want it to come back below 50% of this, actually. So, make some sense, like, then if someone were to try longs, if I were to try longs, I'd probably put my stop like this low, swing low. But I'm not trying longs yet. Kind of just not in the mood right now. And kind of want like higher time frame confirmation. Since we do have a lot of SIBIs left. Where are we at on NQ? We're up 0.5%, by the way, for all the people that are like, the sky is falling. Like from yesterday, we're still on green on the day, which is so funny. Or on the weekly, oh my goodness, isn't this so funny? The weekly, when we wicked this and we closed below, that's why I was kind of bearish this week. Did okay, yeah, I did fine. But then, you know, came back again, took this out again. We were trying last week for this high, and then bam, it takes it out Monday, freaking bank holiday. We're kind of a doji on the daily right now. 4 hour, kind of struggling here, right? Did we like break down? See on my ninja, yeah. That's no bueno. That's where I'm happy. Where I said I'm not going to take this. It's too low of a time frame. And it rejected from here. CE on this 5. But let's see, is it gonna close here? Feels like we're gonna just consolidate, like honestly, for the rest of the session. Which is not fun. Did close below this on ES. It's high resistance conditions. Look at this wick for NQ. Yeah, I'm happy I filtered that out. Look at the wick and then watch this like get inverted completely. It would be so funny. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised. It's the kind of action we're seeing. Let's see, are we gonna get an inversion here? Back up to the upside. It's very nasty. The wick's doing damage. Wick's doing damage. Very large retracement, right? Likely this is not going to hold. I think likely does invert that. Very deep retracement, huge wick there. Really wouldn't be surprised. Let's see. All the inversion peeps. Wonder if they'd be taking this. Honestly, probably. If it inverts this, go for that high or whatever. What would that look like? You don't know where it's gonna end, like there. The issue is like the wicks are crazy. And so it's like, is this really a safe like putting it here? Depends on how it, honestly, it didn't even invert it yet, but it depends on how this kind of goes. But even so, this is not just, it's just not worth the risk for me for 1-to-1. I already took a 2R. So it's not being so quick here. Let's see. Kind of we're ping-ponging between PD arrays now, right? Got a bearish 5-minute, you know, this bearish 5-minute, the bullish 4-hour, the bullish 1 minute, the bearish 1 minute, the bullish 1 minute. It's just going to be tough here. But, you know, likely bulls prevail because just like higher time frame, right? But doesn't mean it's going to be easy. The wicks can do some damage here. Because we talked about this. Oftentimes, right, if I'm looking for this buy side, which is where I am looking for to get taken out eventually, going internal to external often takes a while for like the trade to develop. And oftentimes it does like take out, go up into your direction, take partials, and then it comes back break even or whatever, and takes out the internal liquidity again. So that's why I'm kind of like not doing anything until honestly the 15-minute. And I don't care if there's nothing really there. It's going to form anytime soon for that. Maybe we end up dropping here and then this becomes a 15-minute swing high. Which would be, because it's this one. I don't know. We'll see what ends up happening here. Kind of really 50-50. I swear I'm not really interested. I feel like we're just going to consolidate. Took my W. We'll see 1050 macro. What does it provide? I honestly feel like we'll take a vote in the chat, actually. What do you guys think will likely happen? Be like, do you guys think that this will get taken out first? Or we'll do just like the swing low? Honestly, that swing low, that wick really did some damage. for people, I'm sure. So that might not really even be sell-side liquidity because it took it out a lot. Or the answer is, or the third option will be neither. Let's put the poll out. 4,000 people watching. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Most people were bullish at the beginning of the day. That's kind of funny. And yesterday. We could be overall bullish when it's a higher time frame. And yesterday, Jack got it right. But yesterday, like in the terms of higher time frame, but the first move is manipulation, and we manipulated first at open, which was fine actually. It did go up. We made money on longs yesterday too. Okay, yeah. Let me put the little poll. And yeah, we are going to do a giveaway today. Stick around at the end of the session. Oh, what up? ICT's here. The random acts of precision. Tiny trades, this is because how kind you are as a person. That's amazing. You are a star. I don't know what that's referring to, but thank you. Yeah, yeah, don't worry, Fernando. We're good. Oops. I said right now it's 50-50 for me, so I don't really know. People are saying, mostly we're saying buy side. We'll see. Right now I said it's 50-50. I don't know what's going to happen. I need more data. Is he still here now? He kind of just has me in the background sometimes. He pops in. Probably like driving somewhere. I like the quote, like, speak softly and carry a big stick, Teddy Roosevelt. It's like, I speak softly. And I just like, he said it in terms of like international policy. But I'm saying it in terms of like, I speak softly in general, and then also I try not to get into beef. I just do. We focus on the markets. Okay. So, unfortunately, well, yeah, most of the chat, you guys might be wrong here with this. Sell side is looking like it's very close to getting tapped here. See, didn't get tapped yet though. The wicks really be doing damage. We're kind of ping-ponging between sort of deeply coming into here. Super weird. Definitely super weird. Not something I wanted to be part of, and I'm happy. I'm not. Yes, had the quick move here. So I took the short from here to here. Took off the rest here as I saw it was not looking good anymore. Pretty much this close, right? That came up above CE. And it got bought up in this little volume imbalance. So it was not looking good anymore. Took the rest of profit off. And then, we came back into this. It's now looking a lot like high resistance liquidity run conditions, kind of not worth it. So, we came back into here, dropped again in here, hung out a lot in here. It's not great. I mean, this is probably where you might see some SMTs where one hits a new low of day, the other doesn't. We'll see. Yeah, overall, on the 5 minutes, still following bearish order flow in that sake, which is why I said I'm not going to really long. Because there's a SIBI here. Yes, there wasn't. Kind of interesting. The structures are a little bit different, but no, 5 minute shift or anything. What's a 15-minute look like now? And maybe we make a swing high. It's not really fun. I don't like this structure either. So you're gonna have a speed bump like in C of this huge wick. You're gonna have a speed bump here. So, I mean, we'll see how a 15-minute ends up doing. Maybe it ends up giving you a nice displacement. I don't know. I don't have high expectations, honestly. Tanya, look at the NWOG. People are yelling. Okay. Here. Sunday. Open. Friday. Close. Sunday opened here. Cool. I want a different color. How do I do that? People are in longs. Yeah, you're right. It is gyrating inside the NWOG, especially on the 15. Bodies are staying inside for now. We'll see what ends up happening. This 15-minute candle. Some people are saying this is the SMT between ES and NQ. They are long. Good luck. Doesn't look like an easy long. Yeah, ES could take out this low again. I don't know. I don't know. Doesn't matter if you don't know. Basically, just don't do anything. Nothing's clear. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, chat was wrong. Chat was wrong. SSL got hit first. Y'all voted BSL. Okay. We're gonna see here. Does ES make a new low of day? That's not really where I want to look for longs right away anyway. Some people love to long SMTs like that, which is fine. I'd rather just wait for 15-minute structure, honestly. Now we have 10:50 macro in like 6 minutes. I actually don't have high expectations for it. We had a huge move at the open when we hit this liquidity, this major point of interest by 10, right? And I'm happy I did get a part of that. So likely when that happens, it kind of does accumulate afterwards for the rest of the New York session. Like you might get something like a silver, like typically then the silver bullet's not really, the setup's not really great or not really there. We hit this major point of interest by 10, which we did. You know, it's likely, and you know, that's exactly what happened, right? We've been in a range so far. Kind of range. Hasn't hit a new low, hasn't hit a new swing high. Let me make sure, let me see how good I was on the NWOGs. Yep, I was right. I don't need no indicators, people. This is this NWOG. This is probably an NDOG or something. Let's see. What is this blue thing? An event horizon. Show OTE. No, I don't want to show OTE. It's not what I want. Okay. So NWOG was here. Previous NWOG is here. Which is interesting. Wow. Actually, that's cool. It's actually kind of wild. That was yesterday, right? Yeah. So we got bought up yesterday. Previous NWOG. But no, it doesn't work, you guys, and it's just rehash concepts. I've never heard of a freaking NWOG in my life. Actually, you know, what is an NWOG? New week opening gap. Essentially, you saw here what I was doing before. It's when you measure out the Friday close, mark out the close of the Friday's candle, and the opening of Sunday's candle. It should go on the 15. You can do it on the 1 or whatever. The 15 is just easy. It's easier to see. The close of Friday, 4:45. That's the last candle printed on ETH. Just the last candle printed. It's the close, right? Open, high, low, close. It's a down close candle. And the open, Sunday's candle. And yeah, we do we revisit like previous ones. Honestly, I wasn't really using them much. But this is, come on, this is cool. That one, I probably should have definitely click it on and off. The new day one, new day opening gap, let's see. Okay. No, don't stop showing me OTE. Does it show event horizon? Sure, which is like halfway between them. So which color is this? I'll put like yellow for NDOG. Yeah, NWONGs are definitely stronger. I like the NWOGs better, honestly. We kind of failed this. I don't like that this candle, right, closed below the open of the previous one. It's not looking great for NQ. But like I said, we can consolidate / kind of grind lower. Did ES hit new low day yet? No. So far, just staying safe. I mean, random. Very random. Do wonder if one of them is going to hit the low of day and the other won't. And then structure shifts on higher than 1 minute. Like, I'm not going to care if it's a freaking 1 minute structure shift in a 4-hour breaker. I'd rather wait for 5 minutes at least. Kind of like, it would really, for me to get interested in longs, I'd want to see this broken with a displacement and inverting this. Even then, it's kind of a tough situation. It depends on how that will look like. That's how I keep myself safe. If it's a very large, like a higher time frame point of interest, like a 4-hour. Sure, like it could work a few times, a 1 minute. Like I just noticed if they're a bunch of SIBI stacked on the top of you, you're going internal to external. Like a 1 minute shift is not going to cut it most of the time. Sometimes, sure, it's just going to like rock it up. But unless it like really looks good, it's not going to work. Yesterday we did take the one along based on 1 minute, but the structure looked different. Looked way different. So, and also, I mean, yeah, it didn't cut it, right? Like I got stopped out of the rest of my position at break even. Thankfully, I took partials. But yeah, it did hang around a long time in this internal freaking liquidity before it reached my buy side here at 2 p.m. I didn't trade the afternoon. I was happy. I took enough trades yesterday. I took 3. Honestly, the third one probably wouldn't take it again. It was break even, but I don't know. Yeah. But I did think, right? This is external going from previous day low. That's why I was kind of like fine, like kind of comfortable with it. Taking previous day low, that's external to internal, right? And there's a bunch of highs and balances up here. I thought I could get to here quickly. And ES did, but someone did say I got some criticism for not taking profits here, but I did take profits. I took partials. The only thing I would change, though, there's some truth to the criticism. It's like I took 3 out of the 9 off. Next time I would definitely take like 6 out of my 9 contracts off. I didn't realize that it was 2R was already hit. So there's not really a point to be a hero, especially in this environment. The same thing with today, right? With ES, new low day, 2R, just take it. Here, yeah, we've just been consolidating. Right now it's 10:53. All you need to know, essentially, yeah, when you are in between a lot of different PD arrays, both bullish and bearish, it's going to be tough action because there are speed bumps on both sides, which literally leads to accumulation or consolidation conditions like this, because it keeps just gyrating between the two. You guys still know, not at the low day. Yeah. Okay. What do you guys think? Let's see the 10 to 9, 11:50 macro. I mean 11:10. 10:50 to 11:10 macro. What do you guys think? Let's vote. What will happen first? Will this buy side get taken first? We're just going to put this buy side. Or will new low of day get taken first? Ask the chat. Okay, poll is up. I'm getting ready to do the giveaway. What are you guys voted for? What did you vote for? I'm on mute. I thought today would be the easiest day of the trade of the week. I shouldn't have been finished for now. What is this PA? The trade The easiest trade of the day was definitely where we took the short from here on ES. I took it on ES here. That's it. Yeah. Other than that, I didn't really see anything that great. Why? Because we're in between. We had a huge London session. We hit this liquidity at 10. I actually called it. Yeah, I did call it, saying I don't have high expectations here because of that, right? And that will help save money, because then someone says rigged. I love how people say it's rigged when I literally show it on my screen, the random number generator, but keep having a victim mentality. When will price return to previous weeks? I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. Someone says Top Step's $49 for 50K. You have to pay $150 activation fee. Don't forget, so for Top Step. How long have I been trading? 4 years. And that's it. Have a good one. I'll see you tomorrow.